Hi guys, welcome on the channel. Today I'm going to show you the conditions here of my photovoltaic. It is 8 hours in the morning and you see the sun is already nice just behind this tree. When he gets the leaf I will have a little bit shadow, but the sun will go more or less each morning a little bit left, so it will be just fine and it will come here to my roof. And you see here, it is amazing. It is fully covered with the sunlight, and this orientation is something like north, east, north, something like this. It is two big strings that actually are parallel connected with my south string, which is on the other side. And now you see, this is only 9 panels, let me say something about 4 kW peak, and orientation is east, southeast, something like this. I think my rotation of the house is about 15-20 degrees, so it is a little bit oriented more to the south than directly to the, let me say, east. And the production on this side is from the early morning. You see it is fully covered with the sunlight now, and it stops giving full power, let me say, somewhere about maybe 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. This big roof, actually those two strings, they are plus minus 10 kW each, so 20 kW on this side. When we follow to the main fence, actually here you can see actually my small scooter. He is a little bit electric one, and Akumoto with the recuperation. Very nice moped, I like it. It was so cheap, $200, but I have to build the battery. Here you see the shadows on this one small string that is still not finished. It will come soon, but this part and this part and this part, it is 9 panels actually connected to the big 9 panel string that is parallel connected on the roof on my shed. So there is 2 strings actually working. You see one panel here, it is a little bit, just half panel, it's not full power, but somehow it's working. Next one is the shed. You have both sided the panels, so it's also one string with the parallel 2 9 panel strings, and this one I think is clear, 9 panels, and also from the other side. So there is each string plus minus 4 kW, you can count it. So we have counted 6 of them, it's like 24 kW or something. And then we have the main roof. You see it's a little bit yellow because it's spring and now starts everything growing and the flowers make their own business, which is not good for the photovoltaic, but I think it's fine. You can see nice shadow on the from the chimney that is coming in the morning, but it's not so big disaster at the end. And actually it's covering, except this panel, it's covering, let me say, only one string with the shadow. But anyway, it's very fine because we have the power from the north side, and this one will turn on actually when it goes a little bit higher the sun. And here we have about 10.5 kilowatt each string plus minus. Actually those first 2 rows, it is string number 1 and then on the top is string number 2, and this panel and this panel and this panel, they are not connected. It will be connected maybe with those small strings of 3 panels, and it will be connected with something like a microstar, just the MPPT charger. I still have also one more small string which is somewhere here. You can see it here. Yes, he is totally in the shadow, and another string is here, but it is also oriented to the very west northwest, something like this. He turns on actually when the sun is going to fall down, and that's also very good, because when you are losing the power on the main roof, south oriented, let me say, then you need every watt to keep the curve as flat as possible. Here it is very nice, I really like it. You see, it's amazing. And as I have told you, we have also the backside of the fence fully covered, so it's a dual. I can see now like there is a heat coming actually from the fence. It is in this direction. I don't know if it will be possible to see on the video, because it's only the hot air actually coming, but maybe yes, you can maybe see it here in this corner. The air is woo. You see, like the sun is really pushing and the air is hot and going up, which is quite amazing. This panel, even on this side, is, yeah, this one is hot because there is not the other panel finished on the other side. But those, they are very cold. Those are very cold. In the morning now it was 2 degrees. It was quite fresh morning. So if you have counted with me correctly, then we have, let me say, 8 strings, about 4 kilowatt peak each. That counts together 32 kWp, and the main roof and the south and north together it's about 40 plus minus, so we are close to 72 kilowatt peak installed. And actually somewhere today around, it can be even, I think, before 8 AM, it's already 10 kilowatt on the solar power. This one is something like my threshold to have the 10 kilowatt as soon as possible. And if you imagine you can keep that power whole day until the sun fall down, then it's really amazing. Of course we have peaks, let me say, somewhere in the every hour from now it's actually going more and more power, and it will bring me peaks about maybe 25-28 kilowatt when the sun is full. But I am also limiting the system. So far I still cannot charge full power to the accus, but I have my consumption, I have my charging, and I have my selling to the grid. So generally I can reach most of the energy, let me say, to be used, sold, or transfer otherwise somewhere else, charged to the batteries, used on the consumption. So I think it is okay, but when I finish really those strings and the fence will go on the dire inverter, the 20 kW, I will have to really push the battery storage from the project 51, which has only 60 kilowatt hours storage capacity, and we are planning make about 135 kilowatt peak kilowatt hours installed in the capacity. So with this one I will be able to consume and store all of the energy that will actually produce this special setup. I think most of you have seen the videos about my system and how it looks on the computer, what is the production, how the curves are going. But really I have to tell you something about these spot prices, because it's really, let me say, kinda crazy. For example, yesterday, or generally now every weekend, I am on the spot prices, so I am buying or selling the energy for the 15 minutes timelines, the periods, and the price is changing all the time. And now in the Europe is more or less overloaded with the photovoltaic and the green energy. So it means I am having trouble to sell it for the money. On the weekend generally happens like the price goes so deep that you will get nothing. And it goes even more deep that you will have to pay for it. So it's not so easy like it used to be in old times, like you was selling everything you had and you get something. No, definitely no. Now when you want to sell it, you need to sell it outside of the peak hours. So it means like now, today, maybe, I don't know, 9-10 a.m. the price is 0, and it's actually even Monday. So if you really want to sell something, then you need to sell before. So you need the battery storage to charge it full and use it in the night hours and slowly release it to the grid in the night, and you can sell it over the night. Make the battery storage empty and prepare for the next day. So it's kinda strange situation. For you who is thinking, okay, I will buy the photovoltaic, I will buy some panels and it will be so cool, I will have my own energy, then really without battery storage I do not recommend you to do so, because you will never pay off the photovoltaic unless you consume it yourself and everything. So if you don't have the ability to consume it all, and it's not so easy, for example, when you have 10 kilowatt in the, let me say, sunny hours, you have problem, and you will not get the revenue, and the photovoltaic, it will be just very expensive toy. So nowadays definitely you need to concentrate on big battery storage, and the big battery storage I think is more relevant parameter than actually the kilowatt peak you have installed. I have those 72 kilowatt peak installed, and I will finish something for this year, maybe up to 84, and with those 84 I will be definitely able to survive over the winter. With the home consumption, the heating, it is another story. I think I am not able to here on the north of the Czech Republic, so we have long winter and you need to count like 4 months you are out of the power for the heating. So maybe, yeah, November, December disaster, January also disaster, and let me say February, by the end it can be a little bit better. This year it actually happened. I was able to heat up my house with the photovoltaic, and it was I think from the 22 of the February. I didn't use grid anymore to heat up the home. It was all done by the photovoltaic, but I'm telling you, 22 of February. So it is a lot of days. You have like minimum 100 days that you need to heat up with other sources than the electricity from the photovoltaic. I can cover everything at home, the lights and consumption, the fridge, the washing machine, heat up the water, maybe the boiler, the hot water for the washing and so on. But generally I cannot use the heating because I need 100 kilowatt in my home to keep it warm daily. So you really have to push it slowly, like I don't know, 5 6 kilowatt per hour constant, and you will keep your house a little bit warm. And it's not so crazy temperature because I don't have the isolation. We have some kind of bird here speaking. I think I have explained to you how it works on my system. I think if somebody asks, okay, yeah, but you have invested a lot of money. Yes, I did. Let me say my system is now about maybe 50,000-60,000 of the dollars, 50,000 euro, maybe 55 and 60,000 on the USD. And it is only the material cost. It's not the work. And I'm working on it all the time. A little bit there, a little bit there on the other side, all the time, and I'm still not finished. So I have spent thousands and thousands of hours on my system to build it, to have it just like I want, you know, because this setup is very special. You have seen the fence, and look at the shadow, yeah? Let me say we have 8:30 in the AM. So you see it's nearly west oriented. West on the other side and east on my side, yeah? The shadow goes west now, and it is nearly 90 degrees, yeah? Plus minus. So it is very good for the morning, really. For the morning it is very, very good. And when the winter comes, when you look on the videos from the winter, then the sun goes a little bit here, just behind the cherry tree, goes like here, and boom, and that's it. That's the only sun I have, and it's more or less like 4 hours of the sunlight in the winter, because this hill, it's not so big hill, but anyway, he's taking me each day minimum 1.5 hour less, and it's all the time growing, and it's every year worse and worse. Really, it's growing up fast, and it's taking a lot of energy to me, but there is nothing I can do with that, except I can push more panels. So that's the only way. But with more panels you need more inverters and so on, more infrastructure, cables and everything, and I don't have the resources to really build it more. Even when I have the plan, like okay, we continue with the fence a little bit there like the car is, and before the car it goes here and there, so I can actually put it here a lot of panels and make the fence from the panels. If I really make it crazy, I can do here like 200, 300, I don't know, 400 kW peak. I can. But not everybody has those options. And definitely I don't have the money for it. So I will have to survive with what I have now. And I need to make a little bit better improvement. But really, last year I was running 55 kW. So more or less it was the main roof, yeah, and a little bit I think of the fence and the shields on the side of the house. it is close to the house alone is about 48 maybe kilowatt peak. And then I had some kind of roof, 4 kilowatt on the top here. So it was, let me say, about 50-55, and it was not so bad. I was actually even able to survive very long time, even in the winter, but I didn't have the fans, yeah, the years before, and they are actually the thing what actually makes you the power in the winter. Because when you have the snow, you see I have still place below, so when the wind comes it can take the snow through and it actually goes away, and here I can clean it. There is not so big issue, it's not so big disaster. From the other side it's also fine, you can also clean it, it's very easy. And in the winter those panels, they stay clean, yeah, only maybe the bottoms, and especially there, because you see here is the biggest space, there is a smaller, there is only 10 centimeters, so when it's a little bit more snow you really need to take a little bit away, but otherwise you don't have to do anything with those panels. The roof, it's covered, yeah, with the snow. The main roof is covered with the snow, so the only thing that actually is sides of the house and the fence. And it will be actually about, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, it is 6 strings that will actually be 24 kilowatt peak that are uncovered for the 9 panels strings. And then there will be 3, another 3, another 3, and another 3. So it will be actually 8 strings of, let me say, 1.5 kilowatt or something, 1.2 for each. And with those I will be charging only batteries with the MicroStar MPPT inverters. So it will be very nice, very nice. It is another lot of energy that I didn't have last year. There are still cables, but it wasn't connected. I didn't have finished the infrastructure. But when I connect it, I will have extra more. And you see the angle of this one. It is different angle. Here is this, let me say, the east. Then this one is the east, and this one is, let me say, yeah, maybe west, east, southeast directly. And actually this one, he is the best oriented for the winter, because the sun is going from here this direction. I will change a little bit also the pipe here. I will make it away so it makes not so much shadows in the future, and it will solve most of the issues. It will be so cool, really. It will be so cool. Just from this string I will get maybe like 10% of the winter, let me say, power. Because he's amazingly, he has the sun, let me say, more or less those 4 hours, and starting from this direction a little bit and ending from this direction. So that's so cool, really the best string for the winter. And also the other one, you see, when the sun is maybe coming here in the morning, he will be the best one. He will be actually the best oriented now in the mornings. So even when I have connected those, I will have directly here, just from those 3 panels in the morning, 1 kilowatt extra, yeah. And this kilowatt will make a huge difference in the morning. Because when you have, I don't know, 7:30, maybe now I have 10 kilowatt. Let me say at 7 I have like 4 kilowatt, but in 7 I will have 5 kilowatt because of this string. And when I complete even that one, it makes maybe half kilowatt. Those two get together, they can make maybe even 2 kilowatts in the morning. So I will jump in 7 o'clock to the 6, and it will be better with each day. Yeah, so I will be producing a lot of power, and theoretical potential that I was counting. Let me say, when we concentrate on the date like 20 of June, which is the longest day in the year, I am able to, I think, produce 350 kilowatt peak even with this special oriented setup. For example, if you will have 72 or 80, maybe when it will be finished, 80 kilowatt peak on the south, then you will make definitely much more. That's for sure. You can make maybe, I don't know, 400, maybe even 500. You can make even 500 kilowatts. That's crazy. Maybe even close to 600. But with this setup, like I have these special angles, and a lot of is the 90 degrees. So those strings, they don't do much in the sunny summer, because the sun is high. Okay, they start a little bit mornings, so they peak really nicely. But when the sun goes up and it's south oriented, there is no direct sunlight, so it's making only the diffusion, few amps, and that's it. But that's exactly what I want, you know. I want to take, let me say, the east string, the morning hours, and push and make the flat curve go fast up in the morning and have a lot of power in the morning. And actually in the south, when the sun is on the south, I don't need them. So I don't need the LED production from them, because I have the south string on my roof. It is 20 kilowatt peak, and itself it's enough 20 kilowatt. You know, even when it is running, I don't know, from 12 to 20, and then from 20 to 12, like this one is shutting down and making something small. It is so good combination to have so many strings differently oriented. Then actually when something falls down, you don't have to really take cover. Oh shit, I don't have the electricity, this string is gone, blah, blah, blah. When you have many strings and many different, even in inverters or chargers, MPPTs, whatever, it is so good, so good. You can sleep more, better, because you have no stress, you know the electricity will come. And even when the, I don't know, in the summer when you have very bad day, I think you can get like, I don't know, 20 kilowatt a day. That's something that you will always survive, you know. When it's summer, it's no problem. And this one, it is the condition like you have not gray sky, but black sky, really black sky, raining, and generally a huge wind, and it makes no diffusion light whatsoever, and it's dark like in the night. Then you make very low. But with my battery storage, I can actually make it working without issues. So that's something that I can handle many days, because even when it's doing something in the summer, you don't need so much energy, you don't need to heat up the house so much. I can survive, no problem. Question: for the normal house, is this solution off grid okay? Yes. You can survive. You can cut your cables if you have a little bit different heating for the winter. Let me say the wood, or you have the gas for the heating. In that case, you can cut off the cable from the grid and you can stay 100% island, and you will survive with this system without issue, really. If you have enough battery storage, I recommend minimum 60 kilowatt hours. It means 4 packs of the, let me say, nowadays batteries and cells, 314 ampere hours. When you have the 48 volt system, it means 64 cells. Each one is 1 kilowatt hour, so you have enough for the winter and for the life. If you have more demanding application and projects with a lot of consumption like me, definitely you need to go higher. You can go to the 128, you can go 200, you can go 250 kilowatt hours. That's my dream. But this year I am going to reach the half of the dream. So for me it is big improvement, because my system will become really more efficient and more secure, actually, because there will be a lot more inverters, and that's something that you really need to count on it, because when the one main inverter is gone, then I am losing, in that case, maybe the 40 kilowatt peak installed. At the moment, if it goes down, I am losing everything, because everything is on this one big inverter. He is Huawei 40 kilowatt and maybe 40, 44, something like that. But he has all 72 kilowatt peak on him. But it will go separate, because those strings, those small one, those fences, it will go for the DE, actually that I bought, the hybrid one, 20 kilowatt. And still there will be Victrons and Project 51 that can actually cover any possible loss from the system, and will be even able to replace the DE in some kind of, I don't know, when it gets broken or something, I can just switch them and it will be everything working. So there will be definitely 2 photovoltaic systems separate, so I am not depending so badly on one of them only. I can have some kind of disconnections and so on and so on. So I think it is quite nice, and it will be much better in the future. So thank you for the watching. If you have any comments or questions, please ask me. Fill the comment section below. I will gladly answer. If you have some ideas, share them with me or with the audience. I will like it. And of course, if you like those videos, you can subscribe and you can watch my Czech channel. There is much more content about it, and with the subtitles you can handle it, the Czech language too. And I will see you on the next one. Thank you and bye bye.